We're going to do a breakdown analysis of what this video is really about, because it's quite confusing to me. The fact that the video is 3 minutes to me is absolutely ridiculous, but I'm genuinely struggling to say anything that I think that was quite positive from this apology video. I think what people look for is sincerity, effort, and I don't think we saw any one of those two major components to this apology video. The fact that it seemed quite rushed in her tone, the fact that it was literally a 3-minute video, it's very bizarre.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Court Counsel. I woke up a few days ago to drama, something that I did not expect, and turns out Twitter was ablaze, and I'm like, what is happening? Here we go again. We are witnessing the downfall of yet another YouTuber for an age-old problem. Oh yeah, racism. Yet again. How many times do we have to go through this? How many times do we have to experience this? How many times has a YouTuber been brought down because of this issue? Why does everybody have a racist past? I've said this so many times, and I've explained how sick and tired I am of discussing the problem, but it is important enough to be discussed because I need people to understand what I personally go through and what the community consistently go through. This is why we have such trust issues. This video is about Murad Merali. This is a YouTuber that I have followed personally for many years, many. His daily inconsistent updates were truly daily inconsistent. This man would upload like 5 times a day. Sometimes it's a 2-minute video, but he would keep you on top of the happenings, on top of the news. He was on top of it. He did his damn job, and I am not going to take that away from him. He was really good at somehow knowing everything that was going on. Like, did he have a connection in TMZ? I don't know, but he was on it. So I have been following him, and I've been really impressed with not only his work ethic, but how diligent he was in being a staunch ally of almost any and every community. He's always been incredibly fair and supportive of the LGBTQ community and the Black community specifically. Not only did he do like drama updates, celebrity tea updates, he loves the show called Love Island, which I've never seen like a full season of Love Island, but even him just reporting on it, I would still watch it because it was interesting. In this TV show of Love Island, there is persisting this problem of mistreatment of Black women that go on the show. Love Island is like a dating show, and you're supposed to like make somebody your boyfriend/girlfriend. And on the show, a lot of times the Black women were left, unchosen. They were seemingly shown to be undesirable. They were hardly ever winners or given a match. And Murad would always like express how poorly he thought that these production companies were handling the situation. When the George Floyd issue happened, like, he was 10 toes deep down and standing up for the African American community. He's been 10 toes deep in standing up for Black women every time they are mistreated. They're shown to be, negative, or they're mistreated in the public eye. Like, Murad was very, very outspoken. And through his outspokenness, he gained a large support system of Black people supporting his YouTube channel, supporting his videos, because he was showing himself to be supposedly an ally. So imagine my community's surprise when we all wake up one morning and Murad has been exposed. Somebody posted pictures from like an OnlyFans account that he had of him, number one, showing a foot fetish. He was making videos using his feet, putting his feet in like other men's mouths, putting his feet, slapping people with his feet, doing sexual type things with his feet.
Who owns you?
You, master.
Why do I own you, dirty pig? Why?
Because I'm your slave.
Good fucking cunt. Dirty white faggot.
Master.
Here I am, you dirty white faggot.
You fucking fag. Deserve to be at my feet, you cunt.
Apparently he has a foot fetish, which I'm going to say right now, I don't give a damn, okay? I don't care what type of fetish you have in the world, like, do what you want. No one really seems very concerned with his foot fetish. I think we all know what a foot fetish is, and it's I mean, it's normal. No one really cares. I don't have a foot fetish or anything, but you know, one day in my life, hopefully I do develop some sort of fetish because it'll be fun. I don't have one, but I do plan on developing one. I'm saying right now, nobody gives a damn about his foot fetish. Through these videos that were exposed, it showed Murad using his feet, slapping people and like seemingly dominating people, which is another type of fetishy type thing, is domination and whatnot. Using racial and homophobic slurs towards the people he was with in these videos. He was calling, and it's not just black people, he was calling an Asian man this word, which I'm not even going to say. I don't even know if YouTube is going, this video is totally demonetized, like guaranteed. But he was using that word. He was using the N word. He was using the F word towards gay people. And this is what caused the uproar. This is, I mean, yeah, the videos are a little cringy because, I mean, clearly it's meant for a certain audience, not the world. So I understand how everybody's like, ew, what? But what really concerns everybody is the derogatory language, because coming from a man who has been so vocal, so outspoken as a supposed ally, who says, oh, this is disgusting, I would never, this is so off-putting, to find out you are turned on by this type of language is baffling. It's like my mind can't even process the thought that this is what you were doing. A man that has a community like his, that's so full of black people. You guys, it's like a scenario where you have a fox in the hen house, okay? Imagine that which I do, okay? I totally do. I have a pretty large Asian fan base. Like, the United States is still a major segment of my audience, but I think we all know through pageantry, I have a large Asian fan base. Now, imagine I have nothing but Asian friends. Let's say I have nothing but Asian friends and I hang out with all my friends, and no one's going to think it's that big a deal. You can have what other type of friends that you want. It doesn't matter. But imagine then my friends find out undercover I like to demean Asian people. And it's like a sexual thing that makes me happy, is to demean Asian people. But my primary friend group is Asian. Do you see how that's kind of weird? How that's almost like a fetish type deal, that I'm seemingly surrounding myself purposefully with Asian people but I secretly like to demean and demoralize and debase them. Like, that is not cool. And once again, to be such an outspoken advocate of diversity and racial equality. Like, if you are a person that has ever watched his videos, you know how seemingly upset he would get when it came to like racial issues, and how upset and how deplorable he thought the whole situation was. And it's like, you couldn't have thought the whole situation was so deplorable if you were secretly loving it behind closed doors. That feels really disingenuous, but it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. So Murad went through the trouble of creating an apology video. Yay, yet another YouTube apology video. And you guys know that I'm not like the harshest YouTuber. I really am not at all. Like, not even close to it. I was willing to give Jeffree Star a chance a long time ago. The video's still up. I was willing to give Jeffree Star a chance to be a better person. I was willing to give Tana Mojo a chance to be a better person. I did not like go in on their apology, videos too harshly. I'm pretty sure Shane Dawson's the only one I told to kick rocks for very good reason. Okay. But usually I'm willing to hear out somebody's apology. Everybody should be given a chance. And I know that on the internet, we've all gotten to this place where people are like, well, what's the point of apologizing if all you're going to do is rip them to shreds and you're not even going to give them a chance? And it's like, of course, I give everybody a chance to be a better person. But in watching Murad's apology, you will, if you haven't seen this damn apology video, this apology video pissed me off so much because it was so bad. So because I've explained the context of what the issue is to you guys, you know that the overarching issue that the entire community, Twitter, internet in general, the problem that everybody has with Murad and his foot fetish videos is not the fact that he has a foot fetish, it's the fact that he's using derogatory language in his videos. That is the problem. So tell me why. Murad makes an apology video full of excuses and decides to come out as an R-word victim, the R-word, that word right there. Yeah, he uses that and victimizes himself and then goes on this spiel of, I know I'm a freak and I know that, this is not normal human behavior and it's just because of the trauma that I faced. I don't know why I have this fetish, but this is who I am. He goes in on the whole victimizing himself and using this as an explanation for his behavior, as if anybody gives a damn about his foot fetish. We don't care about your feet, Murad. Nobody cares about your feet, but it just really pissed me off because he's using this very serious thing to garner sympathy.
And in order to really actually discuss this properly and coherently for everybody, because that is what everybody deserves, a proper explanation and timeline of everything. And that is what I'm going to do now. Some of this information that I'm going to reveal, I did not want to reveal. But I've had no choice now but to reveal this because I need to reveal it and it needs to come from my heart to everybody. When I was 14 years old, I was severely hurt countless times. I was just a kid, man. I was severely hurt. I had genitals shoved in my... I had feet shoved in my mouth. And I can never get it out of my head. And it fucked me up. Relentlessly. Every other night. I couldn't escape it. It happened all the fucking time. I couldn't escape it.
That didn't need to be brought up. And I'm not trivializing what he went through. That can easily, that can be addressed. That's something, if he wants to talk about it, then we can talk about it. But this was not the time to do so. You're using this to victimize yourself and deflect from the issue at hand. Being a victim of this type of assault does not give any sort of justification for your racist language or past or history. There is no correlation there. But you use this very serious topic to garner sympathy, which I'm happy didn't work. His comment section is full of commenters and people because his audience tends to be very intelligent. He's had thorough discussions of a lot of different, specifically racial issues on his channel. So he has a lot of very intellectually intelligent people that follow him. So they're not having it. Not for 1 second they're not having it. They saw right through the bullshit, and I'm happy that they did. I was pissed when I saw this man, who I've seen discuss other people's apology videos in depth.
What does this have to do with your child? How was your child addressed in any capacity?
Those awful tweets are always going to be associated with my name, my family, my son.
In relation to this, as opposed to the demographics that you directly addressed, I don't understand. It does come across a little bit manipulative to me.
I've seen him discuss social issues and social topics. He has discussed this, so you expect him to know better. You expect him to know that we're not going to use your very tragic situation as an opportunity to deflect. We're not going to make excuses, and we're not going to give the audience reasons to just sympathize with us. Throughout his entire apology video, he's talking about his victimization, but never really gives an explanation for his language, which is what the entire audience was looking for. Because like I said, we don't give a damn about your feet fetish. We don't care. Honestly, it's like one of the more common fetishes out there and everybody knows about it. So it's not like that's something anybody's going to cancel you over. No one gives a damn. And I'm not going to say nobody cares about his actual victimization. We 100% do, but we're going to see through your opportunistic behavior and suddenly revealing this conveniently when you're being called out for something that has nothing to do with your past history of victimization. There was absolutely no explanation for his use of the language. The only time he ever addressed it in this so-called apology video, which I am promptly throwing in the trash, okay? Promptly throwing in the trash. You're not getting an ounce of sympathy out of me for this beyond subpar attempt at a so-called apology. This was a full-on victimization video, justification for my bad behavior that no one gives a damn about. You're not getting a damn thing from me. I'm so disappointed in him. I can't believe I'm having to sit through something like this yet again. But the only time he ever seemingly addressed the use of the language is for him saying that the video captions that were showcased along with the videos were not written by him. The video captions, which contained the same language that he used in the videos. So does it really matter? I don't think so. But the name of the person who was listed under like posting the caption with the video was your username, Arab Master Boy, I believe, something like that. I'd have to look at it again, which I really don't want to look at it again because I'm traumatized. I can't believe we're sitting through this and people wonder why we make such a big deal out of these issues. How many times have you guys seen me sit up here and discuss YouTubers or celebrities with a racist history? I've gone through it with Shane Dawson, Camila Cabello, Jeffree Star, Nikita Dragon. Why does everybody have a racist past? And don't give me that BS. Everybody has a past. We've been through this so many times. Not everybody has a perfect past. Of course not. But I refuse to hear this crap of everybody has a racist past. No, we freaking don't. We don't. I have never in my life been homophobic or racist towards anybody. For what reason do all you people have this? And this is what gives me such anxiety about not just the situation, but about sometimes supporting other content creators or celebrities. It's so hard to just exist as a Black person sometimes. It's so exhausting because there's like an inherent paranoia you have to have about everybody around you because you don't know who's being two-faced. I thought Camila Cabello was like a great person. And then once again, you find out she was hee-heeing and ha-haing and giggling about her racist language with her friends, talking bad about her bandmate behind her own friend's back. It's so difficult to trust anybody when people are constantly being exposed for this type of thought process, this type of behavior, this type of language. Why do you do it? And I don't want to hear the thing like, don't normalize this. Don't make it seem like it's normal. It's not normal. Why have we never experienced the cancellation of minorities on the YouTube platform for being racist towards somebody else? Like, we've never had a scandal of any Black content creators being like overtly racist because that's not a normal thing. That's not something that, why is this something, a past that everybody has? How are you expecting the internet, your audience, to be able to just trust you? I have such trust issues. Every time I hear this explanation, everybody's got a past, that means that I shouldn't trust anybody because everybody I come into contact with has some sort of innate prejudice against me or my family. That's what that means. Everybody I come into contact with has, some sort of past history of being racist that may or may not have been resolved. And I'm just supposed to be okay with it. It's very distressing to minority communities where we can't even trust people who are seemingly our allies, which this is giving me I forgot what the term is for it, but like pretend allies, fake allies, people who are only allies in order to get the publicity or get the support. They want people to look at them and be like, oh, you're such a good person for being an ally. Like, no, you guys aren't true allies. You're fake as hell. And it's damaging the minority community even more so. You're not helping shit. You're making the minorities withdraw even more because they don't know who they can trust. They don't know who they can turn to. We can't even trust people who are seemingly our allies because you're only using it to benefit from it. Murad seemingly is only being such a hardcore vocal advocate of racial minorities and diversity so that he can get the support of those same racial minorities and diversity. It's the same thing that companies do when they seemingly release merch or products that are supposed to uplift certain people, certain minorities, certain communities. They're only doing it so that it's going to benefit their bottom line, or so it's going to help them in PR and make them be seen in a better public image and a better public light. That's so fake. That is so fake. And this is why the Black community is so quick to snatch people. This is why the Black community is so reluctant to be trusting. It's because every time we turn our backs, the people we thought had our backs don't. You don't. You're there for your own self-benefit. You're there for your own, you're just there for selfish reasons. I cannot emphasize how immensely disappointed I am in this content creator who I have watched for years. Years I have watched this content creator. Years I have been in that comment section. Years. I am floored. Immensely disappointed. I am angry. I don't see how you can come back from this after such a bullshit apology. This is just reinforcing my trust issues. It's just reinforcing all the scary feelings that all of us have internally. You just made it worse. I can't believe that this is happening again. Whether it be pageant queens, whether it be content creators, whether it be celebrities, why is this still going on? I don't want anything significantly bad to happen to Murad. And I am side-eyeing the emotional manipulation of the public and his audience with all of the shenanigans and supposed threats against self-elimination and his victimhood. I don't like that. That was very, very manipulative. But even still, like, we don't want any harm to actually physically come to him. So I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen for anybody, but this is still something that is worthy of discussion. And this is something that is worthy of backlash. I'm not going to say that the public isn't justified in their anger. They're 100% justified, and people, you don't have the right to take people's feelings from them when you are the one at fault. And that's what he was reluctant to really admit in his bullshit apology video, is take fault. So I don't want him to be driven to do anything to himself. I don't see how he persists after this. I don't see how he continues after this. I will not be present on that YouTube channel after this, not after that apology. I was willing to hear out his apology because I am always willing to hear somebody out. But that apology was one of the worst. Like, I know Laura Lee, I think, still has the crown as like the worst apology, but I mean, if you put up side by side Laura Lee and Murad might actually be worse than Laura Lee. That's pretty freaking bad. I'm really affected by continuously having to hear, see, and deal with people who have racist past. Like, why? I just can't trust anybody. In the comments section below, let me know what you think about this subject. Let me know what you think about Murad's apology video. It is still posted up on YouTube. Trigger warning for anybody who does watch it. It gets real graphic, real descriptive, real deep, real emotional, and yet no explanation is offered for the things we truly care about. But just let me know what you think about the whole situation and yet another YouTuber being exposed for racist behavior. Like, emotionally, I'm just exhausted by having to continuously go through these situations. Like, why? Why are y'all doing this? Oh, whatever. Give the video a thumbs up. I'm so irritated. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be present in future discussions. And remember, I love you guys, and I will never embarrass you for supporting me. I don't have like a disgusting past to be exposed. Trust me, people have already attempted to dox me, and there was nothing to dox. I'm sorry, I'm not that exciting, but at least you guys know I'm never going to embarrass you as, you know, a sovereign up here. You are safe in my court. We're good. I don't know what to say about other YouTubers though, but I love you and I will miss you, but you know I will be back in a future video. Bye. God.